Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. Welcome back. 9:23, a little bit of change on this Tuesday morning. Evelyn King back in studio. You told us book signing was coming up. Now, did you expect it to be that quick of a turnaround?
So I knew that we were planning one for the 13th. We weren't ready to say anything because we weren't sure if the books were going to be like printed in time. And then my proof copy came. It was good. I was like, actually, no, we are 100% good for the 13th. Cool. So let's go ahead and do it. And then I actually had a little bit of a scare where I was like, oh, I don't know that the 13th is going to be able to work because my book would not fully approve through the system. So I had to redo the cover a few times. I had to resize all of the pages, move all of the pictures around. And I was like, oh no, we're screwed. But it worked. We got it. So it's the 13th.
Now, 13th, what time?
10 a.m. Story time starts at 10:15. I will be reading the book to the kids and then signing afterward.
This is really cool. And I saw that Henry the Kitty is going to be available for purchase.
Yes. Yeah. That's, we have gone through 3 versions of Henry the Kitty because I used to sew when I was a little kid. I was like obsessed with sewing, but I haven't done it since. And so our first attempt at making Henry the Kitty, he was kind of like in 3 pieces.
Yeah.
And then his stomach ripped open.
Oh no.
And so we were like, ooh, that's not good. We can't hand children a partially like decapitated stuffed animal.
That's true.
So then we finally just like made our own design. And I was like, oh, I can sew these for sure. And the goal was to get 65 done by the 13th. That is still in the works. It took me 2 hours to sew one, and then I started to like really, really get the hang of it. And now, thankfully, my mom, my mother-in-law, and one of my mother-in-law's best friends are taking it over from me.
Well, that's good.
So they'll be done, which is very exciting.
Well, this is awesome. So you're going to be reading at 10:15, correct?
Yes.
And now books and hand-sewn Henry the Kitty's going to be on hand. And then make sure you guys know that 40% of the proceeds are divided amongst few organizations. Which ones are those again?
The Haskell Foundation, Hainer Library, Jacoby Arts Center, and the Alton Area Landmarks Association.
That's right. And you already sent out your first check, didn't you?
Yeah. So I have... It's actually insane, and I like cried about it all weekend. I started pre-orders one day last week just to help people make sure that they get their copies, and within 24 hours the book was a #1 bestseller for children's American history books, and we raised $300 for the organizations. So I was able to divide out that money, get those donations put in, and yeah, it's crazy.
That's awesome. And what's the feelings been like for you lately? Just because, everyone really kind of has gotten behind this, especially on Facebook, and the Playhouse has just been wonderful. And what are your thoughts just going forward?
I don't know. It's very surreal. I keep saying that I'm just extremely overwhelmed. Like there was one day I took my daughter up to the park, and this like City of Alton truck pulled behind me, rolled down his window, and he was like, oh my God, like I watched your interview and I'm so excited about the book. Like, congratulations. And I was like, who are you talking to? Like, oh, me. Oh my God. Like I've had people recognize me at work, and like, I'm just a bartender at Fox.
Right.
And people are like, oh my God, you're writing the book. Or I've had people talk about the book not knowing who I am.
Yep.
And so I'm like, this is... It's I can't fully wrap my mind around it.
So it's been a good couple of weeks.
Yeah, a very, very good couple of weeks for sure.
So take me through all the work that went in just to getting the book release and signing going, because even though it seems like a simple event, book signing, all that, I'm sure there's ins and outs of this, of making sure everything's laid out the right way, everything flows in a streamlined process.
Yeah.
What did that look like?
So once the book was finalized, I've been working with Ann Hamilton, who also sits on the Haskell Foundation board. Thankfully, she has done multiple book signings with authors before, because she used to be a librarian. So if it weren't for her, I don't think the book signing would be as organized or as like well thought out if it were up to me, because I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, the experience is a huge thing.
Yeah. So we've been going back and forth, kind of planning, what it'll look like, what will be present, different little like tasks that we're each taking on, like decoration wise, so on and so forth. I've been ordering books every single day. I think last night I counted and I had like 70 something sitting on my floor in my foyer, and I have 17 more coming today and tomorrow. So it's just like ordering and then organizing. I have orders to ship out of state, which is really, really exciting.
Wow.
Packing the pre-orders, wrapping them up so people can pick them up at the signing. It's a lot of chaos.
I could only imagine, especially because, like you said, you're kind of new, especially with the signing part of it, gosh dang, that'd be a lot for anybody to kind of, and thank goodness you got a team around you too.
Yeah, because if it were up to me, I think, I consider myself like a pessimistic optimist.
Yeah, same here.
Which just means that I am a pessimist.
Yeah.
But I kind of go into everything like expecting the worst, because if I go in with low expectations, it can only go up from there.
Right.
But if it were just me, I would probably freak out and cry and be like, you know what, no one's going to show up to the signing, therefore I don't know what to do, therefore I can't do it, because I would just get too in my own head. So I'm very, very fortunate to have so many people that know what they're doing and are rallying around it.
But you did it the right way with this, the book, the entire book. I mean, with the donations and everything else, but really just who you had kind of a part of it. With the cover that Ben did was fantastic.
Oh,
you
my God,
couldn't have had a better cover for this.
God, yeah.
And then Shannon did a fantastic job from what I heard from all accounts on these illustrations.
Yeah, they are. I'm so grateful for Ben and Shannon, because they really, like, if it were not for them, I don't think the book would happen. Mm-hmm. And I never even would have like continued to try to make the book happen, because I can't, and like I said, 2 weeks ago when I was here, I can't draw. So like you can't have a children's book without drawings. It can't just be like 3 sentences on a page that's blank. So if it weren't for them, this wouldn't happen.
It's just really cool. And for the folks that maybe haven't heard the synopsis, Genevieve lives in Alton. And it's in the modern era. Her favorite place to visit is, of course, Haskell Park, and a very old park dedicated to a Victorian-era girl named Lucy Haskell, who once lived there, whose playhouse still stands today. And after Genevieve's mom explains that she can't play with Lucy's toys, a bedtime story turns into a magical trip in the playhouse with Lucy. That's fun.
Yeah.
So, how did when you were writing this, was it hard for you to kind of not go too in depth in the story?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was way difficult, because I'm a very thorough, I'm big on imagery, and I'm big on using a lot of words and very long sentences, and kids can't do that. Like, my standard writing level is somewhere in like the college level, and I had to use like an app to check it every so often to make sure that I was more in like the 2nd to 3rd grade level. So it was difficult to not over explain things to kids or explain things in a way that would go way over their head, but also like I wanted to tell the story of Lucy, but you can't tell 2nd graders that a 9-year-old died of black diphtheria.
Yeah.
Because that's going to make them really upset.
Right.
So like you can't say that. So it was challenging, but I think it came out well.
Well, that's the thing, because I knew that would have to be a difficult portion of that, because the story itself is such a unique one and such a good one to grab onto. I really I could easily see that being a little bit difficult, but it seems like you kicked ass, Evelyn.
Thanks. Yeah. I really tried to just drive in, like, we don't mention Lucy's death or anything. If anyone was worried about that, we don't talk about kids dying.
Rated G.
Yes, entirely. But the main point is, like, there's a page in there that Genevieve says, like, oh, well, it's because your story is important. Mm-hmm. And Lucy says, well, your story is important too, Genevieve. Mm-hmm. So it's more focused on that aspect of Lucy's history and her impact to Alton.
That's so cool. Well, and now from 10 a.m. to noon, this is when it runs. And now after you read the story, is there going to be just time to kind of sit there, sign those books, and then just have some conversations?
Yeah. There will be a table available for purchasing the books and Henry. If anyone has a pre-order, they'll pick up their pre-order. And I believe what we're doing is the kids will get like a little sticky note to write down what they want me to write in their book. And then they'll bring that to me and we'll talk and I'll sign it and kind of do all that.
So now you have another signing coming up too, don't you?
Yes, I will also be at Lucy's Playhouse. No.
We're already going there.
Of course I will be
We're
there.
going there.
Oh, dude, I
You're
just woke
going
up.
to, where are we going here?
It'll be on Lucy's birthday party.
Yeah,
July
okay.
29th, 6:30 to 8 at the Playhouse. Yes, I just chugged my coffee in my car right before I walked in.
No, it's all
still
good.
kicking
Trust me,
in.
I'm still waking up here. It's been a long morning. But wanted to make sure that you all were aware of that, and at the birthday party, we heard Margaret talking about it yesterday. Pony rides and cake and ice cream cake, ice cream, lemonade.
Cake, ice cream,
There you
lemonade,
go.
Victorian era games.
You can't go wrong.
They've been doing that since I was a kid, and I remember it was like the best day of the year.
And that's what I think is cool with this, though. Everyone is like, I was talking with Margaret and Debbie about this yesterday, and I said, to get really some younger people involved and just excited about some of these really great gyms that we have in the community, that's what keeps us growing,
Yeah.
Is really having that moral support and that kind of boost in the sales, and it's cool.
Yeah, it is. I've seen people like sharing the posts about the book the last 2 weeks, saying like, oh, like, go support this, go check out the signing, keep this landmark alive. And I'm like, I've never seen you up at Haskell Park. Like, this is funny, but also like really, really cool to see people who otherwise like don't really talk about Alton or Alton's history say like, please support this mission, please support this park. I think that's what I set out to do.
Yeah, and
that was my point.
By the way, on July 30th, I haven't forgotten about you at home. $50 donations to celebrate the 50th year of the Playhouse being on the National Historic Registry. I came up with that on the fly yesterday.
I watched it yesterday.
I was proud of myself. Now I just need someone to do it on the 30th. That way I can feel really good about things. I wanted to ask you about pre-orders too, because I know that you put out a little bit of a post out just in case maybe folks can't get to Haskell on Saturday. How can they pre-order this book?
So today is the last day for pre-orders to get in time for Saturday.
Okay.
But if they want to pre-order for the 29th, they definitely can. They just message my Facebook page, Evelyn King author. Tell me if they want, how many books, if they want Henry the Kitty, and then we'll organize payment and I will order it and we'll figure out delivery.
Can they buy it any time after?
It will officially be for sale on Saturday.
Okay.
They'll be able to order it online or continue to order it through me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Really cool. And I just think it's really cool. And then prices, $15?
Yes, the book is $15. Henry the Kitty is $7. Henry with the book is $20. And if people want to, whenever they order a book, they also have an option. If they order it directly from me, they have an option to buy one, give one, where I'll order a second copy that they can tell me where they want to give it to, be it like West Elementary or East Elementary or like the library, wherever.
How cool would it be, though? And also, and I don't know, obviously I don't know what your plans are for your little one that's growing up and where they're going to school, but could you imagine how cool it would be in, fifth, second grade, she's over there in the library and sees that damn book?
Don't make me cry.
I mean, come on.
Don't make me cry.
But, that's what I think's so cool is, this kind of project turned into something a lot bigger than the book.
It really did. That's, I've been, like I said, I've been crying over it all week because it's just like...
It's just incredible.
It's insane. Like it's everything that I hoped would happen, but everything that I also didn't think would happen.
Well, and it makes me feel really good about because that's what the show's about, everyone's, is community. And the fact that, you have people all over your Facebook just jumping on this, but the guy that stops and says, I watched your interview, and it's great and we got to do this. It's those things that just go a long way and really define community. And coming up on Saturday on the 13th, 10 a.m. until noon?
Yes.
Long morning, Evelyn. It was a long morning. 10 a.m. until noon, and just an opportunity at 10:15 to listen to the story getting read by you, and then there will be books for sale. Henry the Kitty for sale. Is the bundle available that day?
Yep.
Ooh, there you go. What are you even worried about? You go up there on Saturday to see Evelyn, and you'll be there until noon signing books and talking to folks.
Yes. Yep.
Any other minute? And am I forgetting about anything?
No, I think we got it.
Wow.
I think we did it.
Wow, that was a pretty In and out,
I'm
like
proud.
the CIA, and then cause a war somewhere else. But we'll take a quick break here at 9:38, and we'll come back and wrap up the 9 o'clock hour. And just best of luck. Keep kicking ass, taking names, Evelyn.
Thank you.
Daily Show on a Tuesday hits you next, right after this on RiverBender.com.